Welcome, friends, to a new interview from Cuentame, USA with Moncho Camano. It's only one working in Cuentame, USA, so you're always gonna see my face. Nobody else, unless they kick me out, and then I'll put my dog. So this morning is Sunday, and we're gonna have I believe, a very interesting conversation, I hope, with a band from Hungary. I don't know if they're in Hungary right now, but they're being all over the place. So, but I think they're home, maybe. And we're going to speak with Nest of Plagues. It's a deathcore, metalcore band from Hungary, from Budapest. I think that's what they call. And we got on the line, we got Dániel Ivanics. He's the bass player and vocalist, and I don't know if he's lyricist. He writes all the songs. He'll tell me about that. And then we have Balázs Für. Balázs.
Yeah.
He's the drummer, and he looks really good on stage. If you look at him,
like, he's also there.
It's a nice presence, and I don't know if he plays soccer or no. I don't know. And
no, I'm just cheering for my team.
Okay, all right. So he pretends to be a soccer player. So we got them both on the line, and we're gonna say hello to them. It's gonna be a pleasure talking to Ivanics, Mr. Dániel Ivanics, and Balázs. So we're gonna find out about the band, how they started, how they've been doing, and what they will be doing in the future. And we're gonna start with the band. Talking about the band, they started in. They came out around 2014, if I'm correct. That's when the band came to be. So I'm going to ask Dániel. I believe also the drummer were also founder of the band? Both?
Yes.
Both of you, right?
Yeah. The short story is that the Nest of Plagues started when basically Balázs and our older guitarist joined. He's not the part of the band anymore, but yeah.
We started to play together with Danny around 2013. So before the band was created, it was basically Danny came up. I was fired from my previous class because of bad behavior, and Danny came up to me. He knew that I was a drummer and I liked metal, and he came up to me like, hello, do you want to start a metal band or a death metal band? And I was like, yeah, why not? So
what else do I have to do?
We started a project with another guy, a guitarist, and then he had his own band at the time. And Nest came together after both of these projects failed, and then he had a guitarist. We had a guitarist in our project, so we had a drummer, two guitarists, and a bass player, vocalist. So we started Nest, and later in 2018 or 19, Evie joined our pink-haired guitarist. So that's the lineup at the moment.
The girl with the pink hair.
It doesn't change in the future.
Yeah, hopefully not. And Evelyn will be the only one with the pink hair, I believe. Not until you guys are thinking about that.
No, Mate has green hair at the moment.
Green?
Yeah. I always say he has like snot hair. Like.
Yeah.
Hey, Dániel, did you have another band before playing in high school? Were you playing in high school in a metal band before?
Yeah, the bigger story is that actually I started a band in 2012, I guess, or 11, and Mate, our other guitarist, was the part of that band, and it was more like hard rock stuff. I don't know, like metal, but we sucked like ass. It was.
Yeah, I was at a show there. So
they were really bad.
I can confirm that.
It's actually funny because we had a singer then, and he sucked. So I wanted to fire him, and at that time I said that why don't we try it like I'm the singer, and our then drummer, who was also Mate, did not allow that. But then I explained to him that let's try to that way that I'm the singer. So basically, that's how I became a vocalist of that band, and that band was that band became the Nest of Plagues. The continuation of that was the Nest of Plagues.
Yeah. Then he had it was obvious that he has a really good like a sense of frontmanship and being in front of a band. That he was only a back vocalist and a bass player in his previous band, but his presence on stage was more than their actual frontman, and it was very visible on their shows.
Yes, and then we fired the drummer because me and Mate wanted to start to play like more death metal and maybe even some technical death metal stuff at that time. and that's how I found Balázs was my classmate then in high school, and that's how I started to ask him and talk about.
At that time, were you like really motivated, thinking you were going to be professionals, or you just want to have fun playing music? Were you thinking about?
For the first time, it was more like having fun and trying to create something like, it was just for fun and what can we do with the stuff that's in our head and being creative.
Yeah, but it was more than just fun for me, I think. But like everyone says, like don't do musician, they don't get money. So
Right.
So it was more like I always had a plan B for if I fail in becoming a musician. Then
what is that?
I don't know. It was always something. I wanted to be everything but a hangman. So. So then I failed the plan B. So now it's
you only got plan A right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's good to only have one plan, so it's not distracting. It's not distracting you from other things, I guess. Are there a lot of like underground clubs in Budapest right now? I know there were quite many. A lot before. I don't know. Have anything changed yet there?
Yes, some things changed, but we still have a couple of them. If you know Dürerkert, had a previous venue or place that was completely demolished, and a very nice building is going to be there. So they moved to another place, and that place is not done yet. It has only a smaller concert hall, and the bigger is under construction. So that's what changed. We have S8, which is a really
underground.
Really underground. Let's put it this way.
I mean, the bigger venues, like a lot of big venues, actually closed for like years now. But there's still some places like
like 8:30, the Ship.
That's like the best. The Ship.
I heard about that.
Probably the best sounding place.
I was going to ask you regarding the band's name, but I don't know how you came up with that. I know there is a horror novel movie. I mean, no novel movie, a book from the 1920s called Nest of Plagues. It has nothing to do with.
Really?
Yeah, it's a horror novel. It's a book they wrote called that.
No, I actually, it's funny you say that, because I don't know about the novel, but Mate always said that if he would find a book that's called Nest of Plagues, he would definitely read it. But I didn't know that was actually
the big moment.
Actually, there is one written in the 1920s.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's a horror movie. The Nest. It's the Nest of Plagues. Yeah.
Wow. I'm no.
Just pretend we didn't know about.
Yeah.
it.
No, I know that. Yeah.
You know that. You know that. They just wanted to know if I knew about it.
No. Actually, honestly, we didn't know about it.
But I don't know. I like.
You like the name?
Yeah. It was, in my mind, it was more like I'm philosophical about these stuffs, and the Nest of Plagues is more like about feelings that generally rule people. Like those are the plagues, and the nest are us. And I don't know. I just put together words that I like. Like I like a lot of stuff that has to do with rats and these stuff. Like I have a rat tattoo and all this shit. That like all this. So anyway, we put together words that sounded great.
Sounds great. Tell you the truth. You guys been touring quite a lot. Since you put out the album To Kill a God in 2022, which is more maybe a year by now.
Actually a year yesterday.
A year.
Yeah.
And you started touring on 2022. I seen you all your tour blogs. You travel all over Europe. You know, Italy, UK, Portugal, Spain.
Yeah.
When you arrive to those countries, besides playing music, what are you looking for? You know, like a regular guy. Do you look for I don't know, build monuments, restaurants, bars, beer, beaches? What's the first thing you look for besides going on stage and playing your shows?
You know, actually on these tours, we don't have a lot of time to see the city where we are at, but we are looking for like beaches, interesting places like London's Camden Town. We played there actually, so we walked around. That was very nice. Some good food is always good. Basically, that's it. I think.
Yeah, we didn't really.
It's not like you have the whole day to sightsee and then at the evening you have to play your show. It's like you get there, you have to load in, sound checks, and then play your show. So it's behind the scenes. It's a lot of working hours actually. Yeah. So it's not a lot to you have like 1 or 2 hours or 3 maximum to go around, and basically you just try to walk around where you are playing. So yeah, that's it.
On the off days we had the chance to walk around the city. One of the off days was in Milan and the other was in Porto. Those were great. Like in Porto, we immediately went to the ocean. I immediately went into a deep in January. So
shit, that's cold. It's the water.
I love it.
Really
It
wakes you up.
15 Celsius.
Yeah, actually, it wasn't that cold.
It wasn't that bad.
It
was 15 Celsius.
The Danube here in January is like 6 Celsius, and
no, it's 4
or 6. Yeah. And one of the year we actually went into a dip. Like there's a really cool video about it. Like both of us are actually diving into the Danube. So we always find these stuff, and
actually you can say something about it. Like then it does these cold treatment therapies.
Yeah, the cold therapy stuff. That's why I do this, because I don't know if you know the guy Wim Hof or something. Have you heard about him? It's like the Iceman. He calls himself. And,
I heard of him. Yes.
Yeah, and he does this cold therapy that
right.
Like I interpreted in a way into my life that I start every day with a 4-minute cold shower, and I always try to dip. Sometimes I take a 5-minute dip into cold water with ice and all that stuff. Like, so it's really good for mental health, actually. Like I don't know, it's like I get a chance to focus on my body, and
it discharges your attention, I guess, in your body.
Yeah,
comes your nerves.
Probably. Yeah. It's again, it's really philosophical for me, because like you get a chance to like focus on yourself when the cold's supposed to like hurt or something, but it actually doesn't. It has power in it. Like it's really good.
Have you had any disappointments in your tour? Like you thought of a venue and said, "Man, this place sucks. So these people here, I don't know what I was expecting," or more or less they're all about the same. This makes from country to country.
It wasn't really a disappointment, but it's a funny story. Like I didn't drink on that tour because again, for my mental health, and I didn't want to wake up with anxiety and hangover. But we were in Porto, and you know those places have this mercado stuff, these
like a flea market.
flea market stuff, and it's awesome. Like there's like craft beers and wines, and the craft beers were like and I fucking loved the craft beers, and I didn't drink, and that was a hard moment for me. But it wasn't really a disappointment, but no, other than that, the places and people were all great. Like
we had a couple funny stories, especially in Spain.
Oh, it had to be Spain.
Yeah, but
there was,
but
nothing serious. But like
okay.
like one venue in probably Bilbao.
yeah.
North.
It not happened to us. It happened to Web. Like
Oh,
that. Like they were like telling the sound guy to like
change something
a little bit, and the sound guy was looking down on the mixer, and he was looking at it, and it seemed like he was thinking, and he was not thinking. He was like looking, and he started to eat a pizza. It didn't happen to us, but it was Web was very disappointed about that. And one other show, it was, oh my god, I don't know where it was. Maybe in Milan. That it happened also to Web, unfortunately, that they had a background projection, you know, with their logo. And in the middle of the show, they were playing this black metal, right? Very, very sad music and serious music, and one, all of a sudden the fire manager just showed up on the projection behind them.
I forgot about that, but
It was unbelievable.
In Bilbao was the same. Like there was this guy Garfield, the light engineer for Flash God Apocalypse, and he was trying to set up his light stuff, and the other guy was
the guy didn't speak English. The
guy
Spanish
didn't speak English or Italian, and Garfield was just trying to say canale. And the guy was like looking like, what the fuck does he want? And then he figured that, and moment. Okay. But it was funny because we were coming out from the backstage, and all we saw is like Garfield, like canale.
These were fun stories after like.
But it wasn't disappointing. It was fun.
Not to us. I think nothing serious happened.
Nothing terrible.
All the bad things happened to other bands, fortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I was going to ask Daniel, when you write all the lyrics for the songs?
Yeah.
Nobody else is.
Evie wrote some on the new album. But mainly I wrote, I guess 95%.
Is there a specific process when you write? Like you put down just different thoughts, and then you try to connect the thoughts in one couple in sentences, so you have a previous idea what you're gonna write about?
No, I have like most of the time I have like an idea. Like I write in concepts, and the albums are about concepts. The whole albums, both End of the Comedy and To Kill a God especially,
right?
And usually it's
the next album,
and the next album also.
We are already writing that.
Yeah, and it's like I most of the time I travel somewhere, like I'm doing my everyday stuff, and it just pops into my mind something that I am going to write about that or something. It's usually
you use a phone, something like a letter. You remember like something, and you just use your recorder, something like that.
Sometimes, or sometimes I already start to write it in my phone, and sometimes I just remember it, and I'm starting to just write it home. It's but it's an interesting process because, like I always say, like I write the lyrics, like the whole lyrics first. And I have to check it for at least 2 or 3 times before I can say it's finished. Like like I have to recheck and rewrite stuff. So you guys didn't even saw it, but like the first lyrics are like really dumb.
Yeah. Then it doesn't show it to us because.
Oh, right. So you guys will have no idea what he's writing about or anything.
We have the themes or the main topic. We have that, but it is very personal what he writes. So so he likes to bring us a more processed and check the version.
First finished version or something, because it's like really personal, and sometimes like the first rhymes or stuff are like I feel like it's dumb or something, and I know I'm going to rewrite that, but at that moment nothing comes into my mind, so I sleep on it and then check it later or something. But but it also goes in the other way. Like I write something and I feel like it's dumb or not good, and then I check it again tomorrow and feel like actually it's not too bad. It's good. It's all right. So it's actually a longer process than just sitting down and writing the lyrics. I almost constantly think about it.
But you don't show like, you don't think like I'm gonna sit down and write. It's like, it's not like you have like a urge to do it like sometimes, or
no, sometimes I do, like even especially now because of the new album, and I also write some personal stuff like solo projects and stuff, but it's that times it's like I do it like, okay, I have like 1 hour of free time, let's sit down and write something, and I think about what I want to write, like I have ideas and what do I want to write on which song, and then I start to write it for an hour. Usually it's not finished in an hour, and I just come back to it later. So it's both, really. Like I do think about it, like lyrics a lot, and and I also read a lot of lyrics. Like I have a lot of favorite lyricists, and I'm trying to get inspired all the time, like when I'm listening to music.
If they ask you where these songs come from, would you say they come from the inside of you, or like from the feeling, or from the outside world, from what you see and you feel?
Inside, always. More like the inside, my constant pain and suffering about no, it's not that bad, but so
have your lyrics have they changed during the years, or you more or less
a lot, yes. A lot. Compared to our first songs, I think a lot.
Our first EP was about mainly random stuff that happened to me, and the end of the comedy was more like a spiritual stuff about me. Like it's funny because like the short story is that it's about okay, so the short story is what would happen if I would meet God at the pearly gates, and I would tell him to fuck you, and you have a lot of things to answer for me. And the
religious people just switched off this.
Daniel, don't worry, it won't be shown in churches or any religious institutions, this interview, so don't worry about it.
The fuck you part is more like, it's like I wanna, okay, it's like,
so the songs are mainly about Danny's like
inner part.
Mental, he has a mental disorder and anxiety. The mental disorder,
and God is about that
OCD, and
right.
God doesn't represent like a real God, like a religion. It is a symbol for these mental disorders, which let's say control him or like
it's just a metaphor for basically the obsessive compulsive disorder, and the end of the comedy is somewhat the same, but it's more in the spiritual stuff, and the To Kill a God is especially about the physical and mental stuff, if I could say that.
Right.
But I wouldn't exactly call God fuck you. It's more like
Daniel, forget it. God that is not paying attention. He's busy doing other things. He's playing.
That's what I actually write about.
He's very busy guy. He's too many people to worry about. So the best thing to do is not to worry about anybody. That's my thought.
And the concept on that is that actually there's a Hungarian drama, I guess, The Tragedy of Man. I don't know if you have heard of that.
No, I never heard.
It's a really good book.
I think it's a drama.
It's a drama. It's the genre, and it's a book, and there is also a movie and the theater version.
Yeah,
of it,
so it's made for theater.
It's a very good book.
And the same thing happens in the novel, and I just reimagined it for myself, basically. And and after that, what changed about it is that To Kill a God was more focused on myself.
Okay.
And it's especially about the obsessive compulsive disorder and the anxiety disorder. And now on the new album, I am going to try to write about stuff that is about a lot of people, but not just about me. But it's still going to be from the inside, I think.
So you'll be writing about other subjects. And
But it's still going to be about like addiction and feelings, like like what.
I was going to ask you, Daniel, about your disorder, OCD. Did they tell you that you had it? You just came up with, or maybe you were going out with a girlfriend and told you something is wrong with you, Daniel?
No, it's
something that you would find out. How did you find out about it?
It's actually a really, there's a common topic to it. Like a lot of people with obsessive compulsive disorder remember the moment when they brain actually broke. It's
right.
Quotation, because there's nothing actually wrong with your your brain, but there's a biological thing behind it. Right. And how you have to imagine it is like there's a break in your mind that doesn't allow that bad thought would come into your mind, and my break and the people with obsessive compulsive disorder is broken. And actually I was always been anxious after high school, and I had general anxiety disorder, but it got like progressively worse because of stuff that happened to me on older girlfriend cheating and breaking up and stuff like. But that wasn't. But more like generally, everything was like felt anxious to me. And at one moment, I was like running, jogging stuff, running around in where I lived, and there was like, I don't know how you say it in English, but there's like stuff that kids write on the street, and you have to jump on it, and it's game anyway. That's right. It's written. That was drawn into the
like a hopscotch or something, where they jump in squares, like different squares.
That's the one.
That was drawn into the ground, and I had to like jump over it for some reason, and it wasn't perfect enough, and I had to jump over it another time, and then another time, and then another time, and after that I was jumping over it for like 20 times, and I went home. Something's not good, and then I took a Xanax. Actually, I do say this stuff because this actually. Yeah. And I was anxious, and I went down again. Actually, after 20 minutes, I watched some kind of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something, and then I was anxious all the time, and then went down, and did it again another 20 times. I went up, and the next day I had to go to I was in music school that time, and we had like a camp where the newer musicians are, like introduced into the school and stuff.
Yeah.
I felt really fucking anxious all the time, and felt like there's something bad with me. I knew about obsessive compulsive disorder, and I started reading about it, and I said that it's probably what I have. Yeah. And after the whole camp, fortunately my mother is actually a doctor, and I told her that I think something's not good. Like I'm doing stuff without controlling it as sometimes and stuff. Or I mean I can control it. It's just I don't want to. It's like a really it's not easy to explain sometimes, the obsessive compulsive disorder. And then I went to psychologist, got medicine, started to do some shit. The medicine kicked in after 2 weeks, like, and then everything started to get better. But it's but you know, the recovery is not linear. Like, there are a lot of stuff that I don't do, but there are some stuff that I started to do. So it's like it's tough. But
I heard a lot of people, a lot of musicians, they have the same thing. Even some
Joey Ramone actually had the same thing, and Joey Ramone was like, when on tour, he had to, before they leave a hotel or something, he had to go up and down the stairs like 8 times before they could go into the tour bus. It's pretty common with musicians, I guess. Like, not just the obsessive compulsive disorder, but anxiety, and especially probably with lyricists and stuff.
It's like, if you are a musician, you're gonna have some kind of dysfunction to be a musician. Some kind of dysfunction.
I talked a lot of musicians about obsessive compulsive disorder actually, and found out like a lot of people has the same thing. And we always agree that we are musicians because of that. Like we are probably that's why we are like creative, and the obsessive compulsive disorder is something that you have a creative mind, and your creative mind always comes up with worse and worse scenarios. And the problem is that people with obsessive compulsive disorder gets anxious about it and think that their thoughts are serious, but they think that their thoughts are serious, but nothing like that. So now it's like how I talk is like, sometimes it's but I know it's just thoughts, and I'm not taking it seriously. And but I am a lot better than how I started. Like, back then it was a lot worse, actually. Like, I can function and can be a part of the society.
I know. You look like
society is very happy about it.
Talking about that, and your videos, they're very sometimes chilling, like unsettling. Are you who comes up with the ideas of your videos? It's also you, Daniel, or who contributes about those?
Well, mostly me, but Avi started to say that I should. Mostly me, but Avi started to say that, like, I should do like more videos about the obsessive compulsive disorder stuff, like how it's imported into my musician life and stuff. So a lot of ideas come from her, actually.
I was gonna ask you, Balázs, was the drums the first instrument you ever play, or you started other instruments before getting to?
I had to play the piano back in primary school because my mom made me to do it, but I hated it. And at the end of primary school, I quit and started to play the drums. So when I met Danny, I was already playing for 4 years the drums. So yeah, we could put together something. Yeah, that was the story.
Any drummers in particular you like?
None.
They all suck.
Who guys who inspire me?
Not even metal, like jazz drummers or any other.
I actually recently I listened to a lot of gospel music. Because these black drummers are like insane, and what they are doing is really fascinating, and the thing that gospel has a lot of layers of music, like back vocals, synths, guitars, maybe some trumpets even, and the drums. And metal is similar to that somewhat, like the guitars, bass, backtrack, and drums and vocals. So, and also gospel is a very energetic type of music. And what the drummers play there, some things can be imported to metal, and they are really fascinating to me. Other than that, in the metal scene, I like Matt Greiner from August Burns Red. He's a really technical guy. I like Joy Jordison, also Chris Adler from Lamb of God. These are basically, and also Ghost Inside drummer. He's called Andrew Tkachik, I think. Yeah, and I like his playing also, but his sound his cymbal sounds are very nice, and I'm planning to upgrade to something similar on my drum set.
You heard that, Daniel? Did you tell you stuff?
I don't know. Like, you probably mentioned this before. I maybe wasn't paying.
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, that sounds.
Why don't you pay attention?
There's a lot of thoughts in my mind that are bullshit. You know? It's hard to
focus.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of thoughts in my mind that are bullshit. You know, it's hard to focus sometimes. But yeah.
I think that's it. That's it for the most part. These are my inspirations. More technical stuff, not a lot of speedy stuff. Also I like John Berklin from Devil Driver. He was the previous drummer of Devil Driver.
The guy they hated.
Yeah, actually he was not liked there, but he's awesome.
It's all right.
Yeah.
When you go to these shows, do you all travel together in a van?
For the of course.
They're together.
For the tour, we had the Nightliner, of course, but for that we had to travel together with a car.
Recently we just bought a big 7-seater car too.
By you bought.
Yeah. Then he didn't give me any money.
Not yet.
Yet. So, oh my god.
Sorry.
So yeah, we want to, because we want to upgrade on that part also, to bring with us some road people, sound guy, maybe light guy, or somebody who does the merch or the ticket selling. So yeah, we are trying to improve on every aspect of this band.
What about the other two members? Do they live? Do you all live in Budapest, or do you live in different towns?
Yes, fortunately, everybody lives in
or the suburban area.
Mate, our guitarist, lives in the suburban area, but it's Budapest is not that big of a city. Yeah.
Do you guys hang out together if you're not playing music or composing?
A lot.
You get along well? Or it's like, oh man, these guys, I don't want to see them for a couple of weeks. Pain in the ass.
It's systematically getting worse and worse. But
for your question.
We actually we get this, let's say, compliment that it's visible that we are not only bandmates, we are really good friends, and we hang out a lot of time.
Family.
Family.
Yeah, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
We are family.
We have Christmas together.
Actually, get out of here.
Really?
We have Christmas parties together.
We give each other presents.
Everybody's birthday is celebrated together. So yeah, we hang out a lot. We are actually really good friends. However, Danny is fucking annoying. No, I'm just kidding.
I think everybody is annoying at some time.
Yeah.
What about Evelyn? Because she's the last one that was brought into the band, right? Evelyn?
Yeah, she was a very, very good addition to the band. She plays great. She has a very good stage presence. She knows a lot about social media and marketing, that was one thing that we sucked back then.
Yeah, like
because
really
none of
bad.
us really knows about this part
And
of the music.
I'm getting triggered by social media.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even do it anymore.
Yeah,
I don't work.
so Evelyn,
She's an expert, right? Because she worked previously. I don't know if she still works with her.
Yeah,
she had a previous band.
yeah,
But-
she had
but-
a previous band. here
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Hungary.
But they disbanded.
They disbanded for 3 years now, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Evelyn brought a lot to the table, actually. Yeah. So now the puzzle is complete. We like to call Evelyn the little pink puzzle piece.
It's like the stabilizer, like for the band.
I guess, like at some point you could say that, like from a certain point of view, because
She's really not.
no, like really the like we really started to do shit when she joined because like I said, the social media that triggers me, like
Yeah.
social media that triggers me and
I think this Kilograd album wouldn't be as successful as it was if she wasn't in the band. I don't, she knows a lot about the marketing and the production part, even like how many music videos and when we have to post that or when we have to release. Like this was new knowledge to us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like back then, and even now, it just triggered me all the time, and now it's.
I was gonna ask, do you guys read the reviews of your albums at all, or you don't really give a shit about them, or it's better not to read them?
We do read it, even if I mean I haven't.
Do you?
Seen?
You don't? No,
of
actually.
Of course I read it.
Well, I don't.
Okay. Let's stop talking about yourself. So yeah,
usually Abby reads it and then just tells us what was in it. So
yeah, so.
Oh yeah, but there were some good reviews.
Yeah, because I read the reviews. Some of them, they were really good. I liked the album. I really did.
Thanks.
That's the reason I contacted you. If I don't like somebody, I don't even bother. I will try to send them an email. If they don't answer, it's all right. But my first email is because I like the band. That's my thing.
Awesome.
So I really enjoy your music. And the lyrics, I also enjoyed a lot, to tell you the truth. Because some of those things that you write about, I feel like it has something to do with me also sometimes. So
that's good.
It's good to hear.
It's very good to hear back, because sometimes, like really rarely, we are afraid that it's too personal, that other people wouldn't connect to it, but there's
always gonna be people that are gonna connect, no matter how bad you think it is, or how terrible, or how it sounds. It's always somebody that's gonna say it's good.
yes, but the feedback was actually almost always that people could connect to the lyrics and the music. So I guess it's a success.
Yeah. And sometimes it opens up a dialogue about these mental health issues and mental health awareness, which I'm really trying to be advocate about, because even on shows on this tour, like there's almost at every venue somebody came up to me like he had obsessive compulsive disorder or some kind of bipolar disorder or anything, and it's really good that we talk about that, because it helps them him or her open up about these mental health issues, which is really important, because especially here in Hungary, it's like I think it's still really
not talked about.
Not talked about. It's like how you say, like it's sometimes they think it's really bad that you have that, or it's like
it has stigmatized sometimes. And there are not many Hungarian information about this stuff.
The thing is that we don't. I mean, we have names for this, but sometimes we don't even have like Hungarian names for these disorders. Like we use bipolar the same day as use borderline the same day.
Yeah, they put everybody in the same package. It's like there is no distinctions.
And what I wanted to say is that I'm really happy that Danny has OCD. I'm really happy about.
You don't have to feel sorry for him. Don't feel sorry. It's part of his.
But I wanted to say that I'm happy that Danny has this good message that actually can help people. The message is that people who have this are not alone, and because sometimes these people they are depressed and they are turning inwards and not outwards, and so it's a very important message.
Right.
And yeah, I'm happy that we are not singing about some made up bullshit. And it's actually something
that is real. Right.
Yeah, something that is real and has a good content to it.
Yeah, it's been a really great thing to me, and therapeutic. I can't say that word for fuck's sake today. That's therapeutic or something like. So it was really great for my mental health to write therapeutic. Yeah. Anyway,
therapy. To write the stuff out.
Yeah, it was really great for my mental health.
Therapeutic.
To write everything out about on this new album, To Kill a God. Especially, I especially really like the title song, To Kill a God. Like, that's especially about the obsessive compulsive disorder and how I talk to him, how I talk to God in this sentence.
Right.
But yeah, it's I really like it to. I really like to sing it, and sometimes like I even go to like tears and stuff on stage because it's like really.
It's authentic.
Yeah. But it's great. I always. But yeah, I go to tears with it. But I when I sing it, but yeah, it's really great for me, I think.
I was going to ask about one of the songs because the silent ones with Lena.
Yeah.
How do you get in touch with her? She's the singer from Infected Rain.
I guess I got in touch with her, but it's not that not that exciting as you would think. Like, there's actually I mean, it's really great, but so a lot of singers are on this website where you can ask them to collaborate with you. But the interesting fact about it is that we did actually meet before, and we did actually play together before. So it was in
Romania.
In Romania, and it's somewhat an obvious choice that we would want to ask her because, she's from Moldova and she's from, I guess it's not Europe, but it's Europe still.
It's Europe.
It's
Eastern Europe. Yeah.
It's really Eastern Europe. Okay, that sounded really bad, but
and we wanted a female vocalist for that
wanted
song.
A female
that was the main thing.
Yeah, she lives in the United States, I think.
Yeah,
I think she lives in California, someplace. I don't know.
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Las Vegas. Sorry, Las Vegas.
Yeah. I was wondering. I was going to ask you, Daniel, are you going to teach online, or something that you came up with, like a teaching online coaching course or something like that?
You
doing that, or you were doing that for a while?
I mean, I've been doing it, but I'm now expanding on. I did a course I have a course on Udemy and on Skillshare as a beginner extreme vocal course. You can check it out.
I was going to ask you. Yeah.
Thanks for asking. Yeah, and I do online teaching as well from different countries for students from different countries all over the world. And and of course I also do it here in Hungary in person. Yeah, I have a lot of students here.
Oh, that's cool. I was going to ask you, did you do any kind of preparation before you go on stage? I don't know, some kind of, you drink a lot, or what do you do? Because
no, I don't drink a lot anymore before shows. I
drink a little.
I do like a vocal warm-ups. Yeah, like on the tour I started to do.
It's fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. I mean, the ridiculous thing is that I'm doing it in the backstage, which is supposed to be for the artists.
Right.
And he's like fucking hitting this fucking rubber. And I can't sing that loud, but yeah. Anyway, I do like a vocal warm up.
Yeah.
I have to, and that's okay. Free lesson. You always have to do it because on our tour, on the first venue, I didn't do the vocal warm up, and I felt actually like I was training my voice. It was harder a bit to sing, and after that, I did it for before every show, and it was a lot better. So, so it's always important to warm up.
So, have your voice changed during these years since you started? I mean, you're still you're young. You're not an old guy. So, throughout the years, the voice is going to change, I guess.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And
Plus,
better?
I'm also going to a singing teacher, like clean singing, I guess.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But the screaming part, like when we started,
it was really bad sometimes.
no,
Like,
it wasn't that bad,
Okay.
but now it's much more powerful, and he knows a lot of techniques or genres. I don't know. Yeah, so it improved a lot, I think.
Yeah.
When you're on stage, do you forget about the words sometimes, or the lyrics to songs, or you never had that problem?
I don't remember. I mean,
No, Danny did it actually recently a lot of times, but not on the concerts, on the sound checks, that he doesn't start the vocal parts, and he's looking back like, okay, can we start together? Because I forgot to start.
Okay, yeah, because it's in the middle of Memento for Her Deeds, and
yeah, we have a certain part of the song which we sound check with, you know,
it's-
to hear everything with
and
them.
it's actually wouldn't start into one. It's like the remedy. So yeah, it's like an off. It would start on an offbeat, but it never starts there. So, but yeah, no, I don't remember.
Mid show, it don't miss any lyrics. I don't think.
No.
Yeah. I don't remember, honestly. It might have happened, but
Nobody
we mostly-
noticed. No, nobody noticed.
yeah.
You know the in between the songs, what he says, the I don't know what's in English, like when he introduces the song, like this is the next song we are going to play, blah blah blah,
Right.
and that part, you know, it like I have to count in for the whole band. And we on this tour with Kilogat, we decided to, okay, let's get it straight what you are going to say, so I know when you are finishing, and I'm going to count in, and we start, you know, like there's no break in between. And he one time he said something else, or wanted to add something else, and I started to count in because I thought that he's going to finish. And
that was the only time we argued on the whole tour.
We had a good argument about
but
that.
it was actually fun, because like I think even Webb, like I saw them like arguing a lot of times, like
yeah, and we asked Flash God, like, do you argue with each other a lot?
No, Flash God, Veronica asked us,
Veronica,
how much did you argue? And and we said like only once, and he was like, ha!
I couldn't believe it. Only once.
We asked her, like, how many times do you argue?
With who?
She asked back, with who? they are Italian people, so they are.
Oh yeah, they're very expressive.
Actually, they said they argue a lot. So, but I didn't saw that. I actually saw that, like maybe because we had like the same backstage, but Webb was like always like Malaka. Like, it's like basically fuck you in Greek. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it was really funny.
Yeah, the whole tour was about teaching each other curse words.
Yeah, basically.
Like we know this word from Korea,
Shiba.
Chutata. It means that I fucked up, and the
Chutata is like the situation is fucked, I think.
No, Chukata is the when the situation is fucked up, and Chutata is when you fucked up the situation.
Weren't you in the tour with a Japanese band also?
Yeah, 2 Japanese bands,
And one
Serenity in Murder and Dark Mirror was
Eternal Sin was the Japanese, and Dark Mirror was the
Korean band. Yeah, and this guy from Dark Mirror, Jamie, his name was Jamie.
His actual name is Jamie. It's not like me. But he calls himself Jamie. It's awesome.
and he taught us this word Chutata, that you know, when I'm in the room and I'm watching porn and my mom comes in, chuteta.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you can smoke in Bilbao inside, and you
Yeah, and I asked Jamie, like, Jamie, where do I put this cigarette after I smoke the cigarette?
Cigarette butt, yeah.
Oh, just put it on the floor, and then just dropped it, and he was like, penalty now. Sorry, I'm gonna take one for me, please.
Of course.
Oh man. I have
Okay,
a
now get to the more serious question.
yeah. We're just bullshitting for like so much time because he was next to us. So now that he left, now we can talk really about good stuff.
Yeah,
oh, he's already back. Too late.
Sorry. But
I have a stupid question. Not a stupid question, but I always ask the female metal singers. But he's a metal singer, and you're a drummer, and you probably know about other bands that don't play metal. They play pop music. So I'm gonna give you 4 singers, female singers, pop singers. If you don't know any of them, you're gonna tell me I don't know who she is. Give me a different one. But I'm gonna name 4, and you're gonna tell me from 1 to 4 the one you like the most and the one you really hate, or you like the least.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Yeah, one of them is Lena Scissorhands.
No.
It's pop
singer. I don't know metal singers. No.
Yeah, let's
do it. Okay.
So let's see if maybe let's say number 1 is Pink. You know who Pink is? Pink?
Yeah, of course.
Singer, right? Okay. Number 2 is Taylor Swift.
Very good.
Okay. And number 3 is Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Okay. You still know all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And number 4 is Rihanna. So you tell me from 1 to 4 in order of your liking, which one is 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Pink is probably the best.
No, I think she's the worst.
Oh man,
I think
you're already arguing. Okay.
Taylor Swift or Rihanna is first.
No, Rihanna is not.
Well, then Taylor Swift is first.
Maybe.
Okay, second, Billie.
You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree if you like.
Particularly like.
Okay, we can do it separately.
Okay,
like,
Yeah,
for me,
I don't mean between
first,
the two.
First Taylor Swift, second Rihanna,
Okay.
third Billie Eilish, and fourth Pink.
4 Pink. Okay.
Yeah, and my top 3 pop singers are Gwen Stefani, Lady Gaga, and
I don't know anymore.
Okay.
No, Katy Perry. Yeah.
I didn't include any of those girls. Sometimes I do.
We actually listen to a lot of.
You listen to.
All right, Daniel. So who's number 1 for you out of those 4, Daniel? Pink? You said
I mean, I think Pink was is the most professional. I think. Like, I don't really know much about Taylor Swift and Pink, but I think like what I saw, like Pink is probably the first, Taylor Swift then. And I don't know which is worse, like Billie Eilish or Rihanna. The thing is, like, I don't really like Billie Eilish's voice.
Okay.
Because she only sings in this warm.
This is almost. How do you say that?
So what? It's like falsetto stuff, almost like falsetto stuff, but it's not falsetto. It's like that really soft voice, and she can only do that. But Rihanna is terrible live. I think so.
Rihanna is last.
I don't know. Probably Billie Eilish is first, and Rihanna is the worst. She's she sucks.
Don't say that.
You can say that.
I mean, I would love it if Rihanna would call me up and say to me like, "Fuck you."
I wrote these lyrics, which you probably
like eight producers write their lyrics. Okay, Billie
Eyelashes.
Billie Eilish does write his lyrics though a lot, and his brother writes it, so that's more focused on their personal stuff. Rihanna has like 8 people that writes their stuff, and Taylor Swift is the same. I don't know about Pink, but
no, Pink writes her own.
Yeah. I think from what I remember, Pink is probably the best. Yeah, but
Okay.
then again, I don't really listen to a lot of this stuff. My favorite is though Lady Gaga. I do
Lady Gaga. Okay.
do like her.
A lot of musicians like Lady Gaga. To tell you the truth, everybody that sometimes I name Lady Gaga also, and most probably 90, at least 90%, they say they love Lady Gaga. I don't.
Every loves Lady Gaga too, so much that she has a tattoo of her on.
But it's not because of that. It's because of the American Horror Story. So,
but it's Lady Gaga.
But it's Lady Gaga, yeah, because she was in that.
But she loves Lady Gaga.
Yeah. So you have to like color it out.
Well, I'm surprised that you put that a lot of people like Billie Eilish, but I guess Daniel don't like Billie Eilish.
I mean, I don't like her voice, but
no, I don't like her voice that much as well.
But I do know that he,
but it's
she's brother, and she's writing her, and she writes the music together. So I like that it's personal, but I don't really like much.
No, I don't. To tell you the truth, it's not that I listen to these girls. Some of them I do like. I listen.
Be honest here.
I listen to Taylor Swift. The albums where the band The National. I don't know if you know the band The National.
Yeah.
No. He collaborated with her in 2 albums, and they're very different than the others. And I really love those 2 albums, but the other albums that she had previously, I didn't like at all. So it's all different. But like I said, most metal guys like Lady Gaga. That's the main thing. Because I keep writing and ask, and I just make sure. And Pink is always on top also. So it's a good thing.
Who is the worst usually?
Who's the worst? Usually is Taylor Swift, to tell you the truth, but I think because they don't know much about her, and right. I always use also Lana Del Rey, like also a singer, and a lot of people like her too.
Isn't she a porn star?
I don't know. Maybe she was doing other things, but I don't know.
No, she wasn't.
Maybe a different.
It's a good idea to rate porn stars instead of
next time I'll make up a list on the next interview. Okay.
I have a very bad joke about it. My favorite lyrics are from Sasha Grey. Like. Please.
Okay. Next question.
Next question. Let's leave her alone.
This or is this just like going out?
It's live. It's a stream.
It's not live. I'm gonna edit. Don't worry about it. I'm not editing anything. That's the way it is.
Yeah. So, all right.
Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna change anything.
Good.
Tell me about the new album that you're working. Because you're not gonna tour for now, right? You stop. You're gonna rest a little bit, or you're going back soon. I know you had a couple dates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did a smaller Serbian tour recently. It's our neighbor country, and we played 1 show in Slovakia. So the booking for the summer shows are in progress at the moment, which is really stressful because these let's say opener or smaller bands like us get their bookings later. Like that, this happened last year as well. And in
Romania,
we are hoping that it's going to be the same this year. That all the bookings for us came in May, like right before the festival season. So yeah, I wouldn't say we was gonna rest. We was gonna go to a tour with Semblant this fall in October, but it was cancelled, and it's not a very big problem for us because we already did a European tour this year, and we are probably going to do another European tour next year, in the first half of the next year. Right now we are working on this album. We are actually have a lot of ideas, and we are progressing very, very quickly. We have already 7 or 8 songs that are like for 80% almost finished. They are like 80% done. So yeah, everybody can expect an album from us next year. Yeah. So we changed a lot of the songwriting processes that we used to do, because this album Kilogod was written during COVID. You know, it was almost a 4-year process to write this album. Right. And now we changed the process to be able to create songs faster. Right. And now we are already 8 songs into the next album, and we are planning a 12 or 13 something like that, a 13 song album for the next one. So yeah, hopefully we are going to be done with that next year, and we can release it. And one thing that is in question yet, that we want to have a music label for that album to be promoted, because the thing is that on this album we released a lot of singles before we released the album, and you can't find a label to sign you because of that, because they want the rights over the whole album, so you can't release any music. We didn't know that. We released the music videos like one after another, and we made this I don't call it a mistake, because it was a good promotion for the album.
Statistically, it's actually like usually the third album.
But yeah, we've done a European tour for the first time this year. We want a label now. That's the next step, and we want to achieve that.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a good idea to say it, but I don't think we should release it until we find a label, because
so
we definitely need some kind of support.
At the moment, we are working on 3 songs to be 100% ready to studio and record that, and we can send those 3 songs to music labels. Like, look at it, guys. We are going to do a whole album. It's like going to be like this. Right. And we are planning on going to the studio maybe at the end of summer or the beginning of this fall, like in September maybe. Okay. So yeah, we are working a lot on this project.
All right, so I'll keep an eye on that, see what's going on. I was going to ask you regarding because you were talking about the tours, but aren't you opening for Pantera? Did I read this wrong?
Yeah. In Romania, we are going to Pantera.
Pantera. I was like, surprised.
It's a Metalhead meeting. The festival is called Metalhead Meeting in Romania. It's near Bucharest, capital, and we have an opener position there, and we are going to play our set. It's going to be on the 27th of
May.
Yeah.
Daniel, you always wear like a belly color for shorts. Is that something that is that part of your style?
Yes.
Yes. No, yes. Actually,
tell them.
Actually, yeah, I do like to wear
something you enjoyed, right?
Yeah. For the first time, Danny wore what does it called? A shirt like that. It was like, oh my God, you have to do this every show. And so now for every birthday and Christmas present, he from us, he gets another shirt, like something colorful with the bananas, or
I like that.
One with the leopard shirt.
You guys don't discuss anything relating to the outfits, right? It's like, what are you wearing this shit for? Like, get that out. Put something.
Yeah, we are actually discussing
discuss that.
I mean, the only like
Evie knows this part, like how should we look on stage, and she's recommending a lot of stuff that you are going to have green hair, you are going to have white hair, you put your shirt on.
But it's not, I wouldn't say it's like that.
It's not
or something.
It's not a discussion. She just tells us what to do, and
you should do that. You should do that. And I mean, it's about the color, so it's.
And I think it's a very, very good let's say setup, because we have a very serious message in the music and a very serious kind of music. But the people who are attending the shows, they want to party mostly, and we are encouraging this part as well. Like this is okay. Here are some serious topics, but it's a party still, so have fun.
You're like Lady Gaga. The subjects are very dark, but the music is very happy. It's like the two things together.
Yeah, and actually, the tour manager on this Flash God tour mentioned that this is really good point that because he knows that all the people who comes to the show, they want to have a good time, and you have to give them a good time.
But everything is so fast now that people just want to have fun on shows. Like it's not, they don't really want serious stuff, like serious stuff. Like
they don't want to think too much.
Yes.
That's why like Electric Cowboy and stuff like are really huge right now. Yeah, because
it's a very good example. Like
it
was all right, I think.
Okay,
it's fine with me. If you want to get in touch with the band, if you want to buy your records, the best thing is to go to Nest of Plagues Bandcamp. Is that the best? If they want to buy your album, the two albums.
Probably Bandcamp is the best, I think, because the streaming platforms, they don't pay us that much. Also, we have a big cartel.
We actually have a web shop.
Well, yes, that's what I want to say.
Not just big cartel, but
we have a web shop that we can ship to you our CD if you are interested in buying CDs.
Okay.
And also we have a lot of merch like T-shirts, drumsticks, what is it called? Guitar picks.
And Season of Mist also does our merch at some part. So we have like, it's not really a label, but the guy here who owns the domain metal.hu is done a lot of help with the merch, and he also organized that Season of Mist. He's shipping into, I don't know if into the US as well, but definitely in Europe or something. So you can also check that out. But the big cartel and the Bandcamp is the most personal for us. So that's the best.
That's directly to us.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys in Alaska, if you've seen this video, you know where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this interview is almost over. I'm gonna cut like at least an hour, so it'll be like a 10-minute interview. For this.
Oh, okay.
Not just kidding. So I'm really happy that I spoke with these two.
I need the bad stuff.
Bad stuff. There's no bad stuff in this interview. No bad stuff. Only when I speak. So I'll just cut my my hair, put somebody else, and they will only listen to your answers. No questions. So I really thank Dániel Ivanics, vocalist, and the bassist, and the guy that's a cool guy. Don't think he's not a cool, he's a really cool guy. And Mr. Balázs, the drummer, they're not going anywhere. They're gonna stick together. They're gonna put out a bunch of albums, and hopefully if they show up in the United States, I'll wait for them at the airport if they come. I'll carry their luggage and we'll go around, have fun in New York. They come.
Thank you very much.
Never been there, and it's one of the dreams. So
I thank the band, and like I said, go to Bandcamp and listen to their music. Read their. If you don't understand what Dániel is talking about, just find the lyrics because they're very cool. It will help out some people. They read them.
Thank you.
So I just wish them the best, and to the rest of the band that they keep going and make good music, keep making good music. What else can we say about them?
Thank you very much.
I thank you for the interview, and next week we'll have somebody else. Nothing better than this. So if you want to watch the next one, fine. If not, just this is the best we can.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. We enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
All right,
forget
guys.
to do this porn star rating.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
no. The next interview we're gonna talk about that stuff. Okay.
Okay.
We'll leave it for next time. See you soon. Bye.